Children. Everyone experiences the freedom of being a child at least once in their life. My name is David Berardi, and I work at the Creative School for Children on campus between the gym and the water tower. I came upon finding this job when I went to the financial aid office in Milliken Hall last fall of my freshman year. I talked to the woman who was in charge of work study, and through that I found a list of job offerings, and at the top was a community service one. I have been a strong proponent of working for the community because I feel like helping other people is a lot more beneficial for myself as well as others, rather than working as a clerical attendant for higher up people, or working as a person putting books away at the library. With me today, I have brought 3 items that will help me describe the requirements of my job. The first one that I brought with me is a box of crackers. This box of crackers signifies the 2 snacks and the lunch that we provide for the student. The reason why I brought these crackers is to show that my role in helping the children facilitate their eating habits and make sure that they work on their mannerisms. One of the main goals is just making sure that the children have enough food and water that they want, making sure that the kids are paying attention what they're doing while they're eating, make sure that they're controlling themselves, and so that they're not disturbing other children while they're trying to eat. The next object that I brought, the artifact, is this puppet. It's a wolf puppet. It is for a puppet show that an honor fraternity that I'm in, as well as a co-ed honor fraternity, will be putting on a puppet show as well as a Halloween party at my school. This signifies the small projects that my boss has me take on to help with the children and the education that they need. Another small project that we take on is we are trying to recreate a Dr. Seuss book, Apples Up on Top. If you're not familiar with the book, it's about these creatures that Dr. Seuss made up that puts apples on their heads, and each page, the apples exponentially grow, and through that we're going to be replacing the creatures with the children's faces, and just at the very end, the teacher is the one that drops all the apples instead of one of Dr. Seuss's creatures. And the last small project that I'm taking on right now from my boss is helping her with the lesson plans for the international dinner, as well as International Week, which will last for 2 weeks. Through that, I am helping her create the lesson plans and helping to set up different experiences that the children can take on through learning from the other cultures of the kids in the classroom, such as some kids in our classroom are Russian, others are Mexican, and others are German. So we'll be learning stories in those native languages as well as translating them into English so that they'll actually understand them. And the last object that I brought is this thing of markers. These markers represent one of the centers that we have in the classroom, of the many centers that are in the classroom, and the markers come directly from the Arts and Crafts Center. Also in the Arts and Crafts is markers, those ones, crayons, colored pencils, and clay. Another center that we also have is the Reading Center, and on top of that we have writing, math, creative, which is where they play dress up, and house. We have Legos, we have dinosaur sets, and we also help them with their writing before they hit kindergarten. The last thing that I would like to speak about is the significance of this job. Like I said before, it is part of financial aid. From financial aid, it's a work study, so I work and then get the cash. The cash that I do get from the job helps me with educational purposes, but also for nutritional value, such as food, and also, as well as food, is also to pay for rent. But also it helps me in surviving college in a social way. And the last significance that I would like to bring up from this job is that it is one of the last days of, it's one of the last opportunities that I have to work with a very lively and energetic group before I enter the field of pathology to become a medical examiner. I feel like working with children is a very it's like very energetic for me, and working with children helps me, it just makes me feel better about myself, and I get a lot of excitement out of doing that before I enter the field of the dead.